What's going on, guys? Real quick, if you want coaching with me, just go in the description box down below or head to masculineenergy.net//coaching. masculineenergy.net/coaching. That will get you coaching with me. Some people don't know where to look, so they email me all the time. So it's a lot easier for me just to make a real quick intro video telling you where to go. Thanks. Hello. So I want to talk about, I just actually want to give you guys a real quick update about what I'm doing. So obviously I do the blogging stuff, right? You guys are probably aware of that, especially if you guys have been watching my content in the last few months. I do blogging. I do like lots of it. It's basically the main business model behind what I've done to create financial freedom. Of course, I do YouTube. I also do digital marketing services. Now, it sounds like I do a lot, but really the blogging business model is really simple. I'm actually creating a course for you guys about that. So I'm going to actually be teaching you guys how to blog online and make a fucking income that you guys can replace your shitty job with. Cool? Awesome. So I'm literally making that right now. I'm 3 videos deep. It's going to be zero fat. Do this, do this, do this, do this, and there are going to be links to everything that you need from A to B, because every single time I've started a website, I followed the exact same formula. So I'm going to give that to you, and I'll probably create some sort of community so you guys can talk amongst each other and learn about how SEO and all that really works. But speaking of SEO, I have an agency, a digital marketing agency, and right now I'm focused heavily on 2 verticals: funeral homes and electricians. Okay. Plumbers, electricians, and HVAC. Jesus, I couldn't think of that. So HVAC, plumbers, and electricians, I'm focusing on them. Now, those I have separate channels for, but if you guys know anybody that needs SEO services, search engine optimization services, done for their site, I actually do some pay-per-click ad stuff as well to get more instant traffic, but I focus heavily on SEO, doing stuff for the long term and focusing on long-term stuff, long-term contracts. So if you guys know anybody that's looking for that kind of stuff, let me know. You can actually email me at kylejohnsonseo@gmail.com. Easy peasy. So again, it's kylejohnsonseo@gmail.com. And just put subject line like potential person that needs help, and you can just connect me to them. And they can email me, and I'll give them my phone number when they email me, so they can call me and ask me how it all works. So if you guys know anybody that needs that kind of service, or if you need that service yourself, reach out to me to that email. I'll put it in the description box down below. Without further ado, let's rock. From the relationships chapter of letting go. So as you can see, I'm riding this letting go train all day. So relationships, let's begin. Because they are so intimately connected with our basic desires for love and security, relationships quickly bring up our innermost feelings. For that reason, they're extremely valuable no matter whether the relationship is classified as good or bad. In the process of emotional emancipation, everything is equally valuable. It is necessary to remind ourselves that feelings are programs. What is going on right now with our media? Doesn't that make you wonder a few things? See, when you start to become an enlightened person, you can see bullshit and smell bullshit from a mile away. And that means you can look and you can go, that doesn't seem right. And I'm not going to say anything further on YouTube. It is necessary to remind ourselves that feelings are programs. That is, they are learned responses that often have a purpose. That purpose is directly related to achieving an effect on the other person's feelings, and by doing so, to influence their feelings towards ourselves and to fulfill our own inner goals. I hope that makes sense to you guys. Very powerful stuff. And I really want to talk about fear. Okay? So, again, this is inside of relationships. So let's talk about fear. The feelings of fear, whether tension, remember that word tension. What is your intention? What is tension, right? Think about that word. And I know it sounds weird, but I want you to hold on to that in a minute, because I'm going to explain a little bit more about that. Because when you set your intention, most people live their lives of, I got to go to work today. And when I got to come home, I got to make dinner. I got to do this. But people don't actually set a real intention for what they want to accomplish that day. Why do you think 9-to-5 jobs are structured the way that they are? Do you really think you need to be at your job from 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock to get what needs to be done at that job? Doubtful. Now, that goes without saying. There are obviously jobs that require 12 hours of work and you're on your feet the entire time. I know that, guys. I'm not dumb. I know that there are jobs out there, construction workers, nurses, like lots of jobs out there that you're on. I get that. But there's a lot of jobs out there that don't need you. They need 4 hours of your work, and the human beings can really only do about 3 or 4 hours of work before we go, I'm fucking done with this shit. I'm out. I want to go do something else. That's why you have to use other people's time. See, as a businessman, you have to understand the idea of other people's time, OTP, okay? Or OPT, other people's time. Oh, fuck. Other people's time, because you can use their time to boost your business forward, which is what your job or employer is doing to you. So you have to reverse engineer what's going on and use it to your leverage, okay? But I'll explain some of that stuff a little bit more later on. And intentions, right? The feelings of fear, whether tension and anxiety, shyness, self-consciousness, caution, holding back, or distrust, have the purpose of escape from the imagined threat and to put psychological distance from the feared situation or person. Women do this a lot because they have to protect themselves from the one threat that they do have on this planet, which is men. Why do you think they don't just fall in love so quickly? Why do you think they need to trust you and to get close to you? Why do you think it's a red flag if a woman sleeps with you within X amount, like a couple of hours of meeting you, right? Even us men are like, that's a little quick. Like, yeah, bonus, cool, we got it. But like I look, I'm a gentleman, man. And I do treat women with a lot of respect. I don't simp for them. I will hold the car door open for my lady. That's not simping. Okay. See, people get the idea of simping thinking that you don't need to be nice or kind to your women. You do. You just don't let them take advantage of you, and you don't give them an unnecessary amount of value before you get any value back. And there's a respect between each other. So even us, like me, whenever I was able to bag a girl within one night, I was like, I'm not really interested, because it's too easy. If I can get you within this amount of time, then other people, you have no self-respect, you have no boundaries, whatever, right? So that's how I used to go about it. And that was that was almost 10 years ago when I was doing that kind of stuff. Now, I would want to spend time and get to know someone, because I don't want to just put my dick in any hole now, guys. I want to take my time. I don't want to just be around anyone. I want to be around somebody that I actually get along with. And if I respect them and they respect me, there's going to be a little bit of a gestation period in the courting that's going to happen. Things will move, right? Things will move, but I'm not just going to jump in, and girls shouldn't either. That is what I started to learn as I've gotten older. Take your time. See, with people nowadays, they are just so quick to jump right into bed, or they don't even develop any kind of connection with each other before they fuck each other, right? Yeah, I think you guys should have sexual chemistry. However, there needs to be a little bit of, do I even like you? Do you even speak properly? Are you somebody I even want to spend on the next week around? See, that's where things are getting fucked up now, because people are thinking, okay, let's see what happens. We can sleep together tonight, and then, but there's no mystery. There's no time involved. I hope you guys understand what the fuck I'm ranting at this point. Paradoxically, as we have pointed out before, because the fear is powerful, the very process of holding it in mind can make that which is feared come into our life. It is like a self-fulfilling prophecy. The energy of fear generates an inner focus on all negative things that could happen, and that focus can coalesce the appearance of the very events that we fear the most. Guys, I said this many times before. The guys who go through breakups and that come to me, they're dealing with one of two things: insecurity, which is a major one, or complacency. I probably speak to more insecure guys than complacent guys. The one thing they feared their women would do is leave, and guess what? They left. Guys that are actually trying to control the situation and control their women. You can't go out with these people. You can't go out with that. You can't do this. You can't do that. Basically locking them down. will drive somebody away because you're fearful that they're going to hurt you because they're out living their life in the world, right? So guys will say, for example, I don't want you going out past this time, or I don't want you going out with this group of people. I don't want you going out with those girls. I don't want you doing this. I don't want you doing that. Basically trying to mold that girl into who he wants her to be and driving her away in the process. Remember, I want you guys to read this shit over and over and over. It's now your new Bible. Because now you're going to start looking around at people and you're going to go, you live like this. You live in fear. You live in grief. You live in apathy. You're depressed all the time. You're not happy about anything. You think the world sucks. And the self-fulfilling prophecy thing is amazingly true with a lot of people, right? It's oh my God. Like, I wish I could go into it more, but without making this video too long, but wow. Fear in relationships, therefore, is giving away our power to another person and enabling them to do the very thing that is feared. The way out is to look at the worst possible scenario and look at the feelings they arouse and begin to relinquish them. Like other emotions, fear can be unraveled to its component parts and the parts that are easily relinquished. For instance, let's say there's a fear of critical attack. We ask ourselves, what is the worst possible scenario? With this question, we see that the basis of the fear is pride. When the pride is recognized and relinquished, the fear automatically resolves. Again, in a relationship in which we are experiencing fear, if we unravel the fear, we may find that it's really a fear of discovery of our inner anger. The fear is that the other person will retaliate against the anger again. When we relinquish the anger, the fear will automatically disappear. I am literally a walking testament to that. Dead serious. I used to be angry, and I used to feel angry because I thought the people around me didn't respect me, or that I had much more to provide. But when I didn't live up to my purpose, right? When I lived every day, I felt depressed. I felt anxious. I felt crappy because I wasn't living purposefully. When you live purposefully, everything falls into place. Everything falls perfectly into place because you're doing everything. You're challenging yourself. You're doing well. Now, I dealt with that fear because I was actually afraid that I wouldn't be able to provide for my girl and of course any future that we would have together. And that's where the real fear came from. And then I started actually making money online. That fear completely went away. But actually speaking, I got rid of the fear, like truthfully, really excised the fear, got rid of the fear just as I started getting traction online and saw that it was real, because I was like, okay, am I ever going to actually like any jobs that I ever have? I had just had these doubts going into my mind because every job I've ever had, I fucking hated it. I found a reason to hate it because I wasn't meant to be an employee. I was meant to be a leader. I was meant to be a leader in my own life, lead myself, business. I was meant to be an entrepreneur for sure, but I was meant to be a leader. I was meant to inspire. I was meant to help other people like I do now. And people resonate with that. A lot of people resonate with that. Some people don't, and that's fine. But when I really got rid of that fear is when I started actually seeing results and starting to live my life more fruitfully and more purposefully via this, because I wanted to really talk to a lot of people, right? Like a lot of my videos will get like 2,000, 3,000 views, and to some people that's nothing. To me, it's a lot because I'm like, fill a room with 2,000 people. That's a lot of people. Some get 10,000 views or whatever. And I'm helping people on a bigger scale, right? And with my blogs, of course, like I spoke earlier about this, those are helping tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people, right? And those are topic based, of course, but I'm helping people solve problems, right? So that is when I really got rid of the fear and really started to come into my own as a person, and it just came back to living purposefully. So when I talk about living with purpose, and it's when Alpha Male Strategies talks about it, or Corey Wayne, whoever talks about living with purpose, it means finding what it is that you can do every day and love it to the point where you're like, okay, I can do this and not feel like shit about it. And most people don't have that in their lives, right? Some people love working on cars, and they could start their own car shop, right? They have like where they repair cars or do mods on cars, whatever it is. That's their dream. Cool. Awesome. Live that. For me, teaching people is like the true passion I have, especially people who really want to listen, who are really ready to advance. I'm like a catalyst. That's what I like to be. The insecure person is fearful and prone to jealousy, clinging, possessiveness, and attachment in relationships, and an approach that is always bringing frustration. The purpose of these feelings is to bind and tightly possess the other, to achieve security by preventing loss, and at times to punish the other for our own fear of loss. I really hope that sounds familiar to some of you, because it is what a lot of you are living. You're so fearful of losing. I don't want to lose. I don't want a scarcity mindset, right? Huge. Guys, if you want a relationship to work, you have to love in a way that the person that you love feels free. I learned that from Corey Wayne years ago. When that clicked for me, and I understood that my fear was making people leave and not stay, and then when I finally made that connection, again, these attitudes tend to bring into manifestation the very thing we are holding in our mind. The other person, now feeling pressured by our energy and dependency and possessiveness, has an inner impulse to run for freedom, to withdraw, to detach, and do the very thing that we fear the most. Complete paradox. So I'm going to end it with that. I want you guys to read that. Buy this book, read it. I'm going to put a link down in the description box for you. It is an affiliate link, so you guys can definitely hook me up and help me out if you want to. If not, you can literally just go to amazon.com.ca, wherever you are. Type in Letting Go, David Hawkins. It looks like this. Bam. So I'll see you guys in the next video. If you guys want coaching, I can help you with this on a much deeper level, helping you let go, helping you use the techniques in here to really move things forward in your life. Go from down here to up here, basically. Okay? Done.